Everyone feeling good? Everyone comfortable? Cool. Can I get my music, please? Okay. All right. Time. My mom was the first person I ever saw drink coffee. It was a ritual for her. Every single morning, she was brewing something that smelled so delicious to me. Now, I had a great mom growing up, so naturally, I wanted to be just like her. I credit her to be my initial inspiration for this coffee journey that I'm on today. And I wouldn't be here today in front of you if it weren't for her. So thank you, Mom. We're not always going to be here on this earth, and there are many important implications to that. However, I would say of the utmost is building up and preparing the next generation. The coffee that I'm serving today was never meant to be enjoyed nor produced by one singular generation. Today, I'm very excited to introduce you to the Reynoso family. Luis and his wife Yenny reside in the Tolima region of Colombia, and they produce delicious coffee. Madcap has been partnering with them for over 11 years now at this point. And every single year, I have been blown away by what they are producing. They produce this specific coffee that I'm serving today, a AAA lot separation of the Caturra variety at 1,700 meters above sea level. After the coffee is harvested, it's fermented for 24 to 36 hours in open air rather than in water, as this speeds up the fermentation process and preserves valuable resources at the farm. It's a wash processed coffee, specifically washed by hand and then dried on covered patios on top of their house for 14 days. This extensive washing and drying process results in a cup that has immense cleanliness and clarity of flavor. Now, judges, this first course I'm preparing for you today, I'm preparing in the method that my mother would prefer to have her coffee, that is, with milk. In your milk beverages, look for notes of caramel cookie, similar to a stroopwafel, milk dud candy, it has a creamy mouthfeel. Feel free to enjoy the beverage as soon as I place it in front of you. I steamed the milk to approximately 130 degrees, as I wanted it to be drinkable immediately. I'm also pouring 150 milliliter milk beverages, as I found this provided the perfect ratio to balance the natural sweetness of the milk with the flavor characteristics of the espresso. Please enjoy. Sorry about that. I'll be right back with the next round of milk beverages. Now, Luis comes from a generational line of coffee producers. That's how he got into coffee. However, Luis is the first in his family to be a full-time coffee producer. This means that he can focus all of his attention on what's happening at the farm. We've seen year over year improvements to the quality of the coffee that he's producing because of the amount of attention he's able to give to his coffee trees every year. Luis and Yenny, they cared so deeply about the quality of their coffee that they're making minute adjustments to every single harvest to accommodate for things such as the weather that day. Judges, through the entirety of their processing at the farm, they are attempting to respect what the coffee tree provides, showcasing its true terroir and characteristics. As a reminder, judges, you are looking for notes of caramel cookie, similar to a stroopwafel, and milk dud, with a creamy mouthfeel. All right, please enjoy. And one last one here. Please enjoy. Now, as of this past year, Luis and his farm have become fully organic certified. This is a huge deal for him, as this means he has a stronger ability to gain access to resources as well as sell coffee. All this time, Luis has had sustainability and longevity of the farm at the top of his mind. For example, they're using the spent coffee pulp and skin as fertilizer and compost for their coffee trees. They believe in investing in the land that they're currently on. They see it as a cyclical process where all parts of the farm are working together for the greater good of the farm. This next course, judges, I'm preparing in the method that I prefer to have my coffee, and that is as an espresso. Please hold off on tasting your espressos until I instruct you to do so. Today I'm pulling 18.5 grams in, 39 grams out, in approximately 26 seconds. The acidity is going to be medium plus, like that of a tart cherry. The body is going to be medium in weight and it's round. The finish is coating and it lingers really nicely. Overall, look for flavors of ripe cherry, of hibiscus, and of dark chocolate. It has a pleasant floral bitterness with a medium sweetness. There you are. Judges, before you taste your espressos, I would like for you to take those spoons in front of you, stir in a back and forth motion 7 times, and then discard them in these vessels to your left. You may now enjoy your espressos. Yeah. To Luis, family is everything. I recently had the opportunity to speak with him via video call, and when asked about his hopes for his family, it was obvious the deep care that he has for them. Luis and Yenny have 3 daughters, the eldest having just turned 18. They also recently separated a section of their farm under which they're going to sell coffee under that daughter's name now that she's of age. Their middle child is almost 14. She recently began learning about the coffee industry by participating in the warehouse in their community. See, Luis hopes that one day his daughters are the ones that are going to run the farm, continuing on that generational pass of the baton that has been present in his family so far. I wanted my signature drink to represent this. I'm going to be preparing 2 shakers, one a liquid, one for a foam. I'm putting the espresso, the same espresso that I've been using for the previous 2 rounds. In this first shaker here, we're going to use that for the liquid. Then I'm going to set it aside for just a moment. I'm using egg white as the foaming agent, as I found this provided a really nice, consistent texture, as well as nice textural experience of the foam. Next, I'm adding 4 grams of a cherry blossom powder. Don't expect a ton of florality from the cherry blossom powder. This is simply to add a lot of balance to the overall beverage and to soften the acidity of the beverage. Next to the foam, I'm adding 6.5 grams of a local Michigan honey. This is for structure and overall sweetness of the foam. I'm going to set that aside for just a moment while I prepare the other shaker. To this, I'm adding 7 grams of a Montmorency cherry concentrate. This is known for its tartness. It's going to add a lot of acidity to the beverage. Pairs really nicely with that cherry note in Luis's coffee as well. Cherry is also the next in the generational line to the cherry blossom. Next, I'm adding 35 grams of a Cascara simple syrup that I made by simmering 30 grams of Cascara with 50 grams of sugar and 210 grams of water. Cascara, the coffee cherry, producing the coffee bean, which is in turn used to make your espressos, a generational line of ingredients. I'm going to shake that over ice to add texture and to chill the beverage. I'm going to shake these both at the same time, so please excuse me for a moment while I shake the beverages. There we go. Just going to shake this one a little bit more. Perfect. Judges, I would like for you to consume this beverage in at least 2 sips. On that first sip, please open your mouth a little bit wider than you normally would. Make sure you suck down some of that foam. And on your second sip and beyond, feel free to enjoy as you normally would. That first sip, you're going to get a lot of fluffiness in the texture. It's going to be silky, fluffy, a lot less acidity than you will get in the rest of the beverage. In the second sip and beyond, you'll get a lot more acidity. Overall, look for flavors of marshmallow fluff. In this order, marshmallow fluff.
I'm just reading what it says, dog.
Raspberry sorbet. And dark chocolate. It has a silky mouthfeel. All right, just gonna add your foam here now. Alrighty, feel free to enjoy this beverage as soon as I place it in front of you. And again, remember in this order, notes of marshmallow fluff, raspberry sorbet, and dark chocolate. Now, judges, it is no secret that our world is changing quite rapidly. Costs are rising. The service industry is becoming less and less exciting, not exciting, but enticing to work in, as is the coffee producing world. I think that begs a lot of really important questions to be asked. But I would say it would be good to start with, what are we doing now to lay the foundation for those who are going to carry the torch forward after us? How are we preparing them? I don't know, maybe it's higher wages. Maybe it's buying deeper with our current farming producer relationships. I'm not sure. I'm on a journey to find that out myself. And I would like for you to join me. I'd like to invite you to join me on that journey. It's been a pleasure serving you today, judges. That's my time.
All right, let's give it up for Ben. Ben, meet me right over here.
This way.
How you doing? How do you feel?
Feel pretty good. Feel pretty good.
Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Oh, many people. This whole crew right here from Madcap, Trevor Corlett, my coach, Just so grateful for all the help, my family, my parents, my mom, obviously, and my girlfriend Kobe for all the support.
Is this your first time competing?
In Barista, yes, I've done Brewers Cup before.
Oh, so what are some of the differences to you between Barista and Brewers?
Oh, there's so many more moving parts in this thing. A lot more going on up here, so a lot more to think about.
What did you like about the competition experience this year?
I think this year was unique in the sense that this hasn't happened in a couple years, and so definitely just experiencing that community aspect once again, and it felt like even more elevated this year just because of that the length of time since the last competition has happened. So that was really special.
What kind of inspired you to use two different shakers, like one for the liquid, one with the foam? I thought that was just like super interesting, like just the idea behind that.
Yeah, so for my SIG drink, I really wanted to use ingredients that were of similar like generational lines to represent, building up and preparing the next generation. So for both the foam and in the liquid portion of the beverage, I wanted to pick ingredients that were, unique in flavor characteristics, however, among the same family of ingredients. And so that was kind of the inspiration behind what I did.
Just give it up one more time for Ben. Thank you so much. All right, and with that, we have completed the semifinals for the 2022 U.S. Barista Championships. Tonight at 5:30 p.m., we'll be announcing who made it to the final round of Barista competition. Who will win the finals? Find out here at 5:30 p.m.